5, 4, 3, 2. It just messed everything up. 1. All right. I couldn't think of another song. Hey everybody, welcome to the Galactic Seabass Podcast with your host, Galactic Seabass, aka Sebastian Fowler, aka Regular Seabass, aka James Blonde USA, aka a lot of other things over the years. What is going on, my friends? Hello, and welcome to the Galactic Podcast. I appreciate you very much for being with us here today on episode 80. Episode 80! It is currently about 11:45 here in the city of San Diego on November 10th, 2024. I would like to thank you very much for tuning into this episode today. A little bit of a late night fiesta. I've been working all night trying to do some Ubers. It's very slow, very, very slow. And then there was this giant concert that got out and it was very not slow. So I just, we're going to take a little break and hang out here at the Cashapp for a little bit with you guys. We were supposed to go on Thursday. Thursday came and went, then Friday came, then Saturday, and now it's Sunday. I have been absolutely busy every day trying to make these ends meet. It's not easy. California was not the best idea when it came to living somewhere with financial ease. So I'm grinding every day. Been playing a lot of drums, been doing Uber, been trying to do these YouTube things. The computer is not really working with me on that one. This battery will not charge. I've been trying to get it to charge all day, and it's not doing it. So maybe by the end of the episode, we'll be able to tune in and check out the chat box. And I'm so sorry for not being able to be there for you guys right now. I don't need to turn my computer on. I don't know if it's the battery or if it's the charger or what. I've gotten new chargers in the past, and that's quick temporarily. I guess you just... this laptop is almost 10 years old though, so at the same time, I'm pretty grateful for that it's made it this far. And I've been able to, every single video I've ever created on my YouTube channel was because of this beautiful little piece of machinery. And it's been through a lot. I don't think there's, capture this on camera that well, but there's a little chip, like right here. It's kind of a spiky. Supposed to be rounded. Now here's the thing, when I first got the laptop, maybe like a year or two into it, I was at Camp Woodward, this action sports camp for kids that I worked at, and I remember I was driving down the street at work, and my buddy Trevor was coming back up to the hilltop to go, chill at the little pad for a bit, and he went, "Seabass, your laptop," from his car, and I went, "What?" Slammed on my brakes, and it flew from my hood down the hood and then flew into the road, and it wasn't broken. And this is the same exact laptop, like that. I haven't changed it, got it repaired a few times, but this is the same one that flew off of my car. Like 3 cars since then, and I still have the same laptop. So honestly, shouts out to this amazing little piece of machinery that I just cannot get to charge. If I hyperfixate on this the entire time, so most likely I just have to put this down in a second. And I just want to see it do that logo. If I hold the power button, it says like, plug it in. All right, so I plugged it in. There's my little lightning bolt. So I gave the lightning bolt. Let me get the power. Give me the lightning. Harness it. I don't really know how. We're going to spread this episode out today. That's why I make my little lists of things that go on. Wow. Okay, so the election happened. That was pretty wild. If my cool little mementos from last week helped it sway in that regard, but that was pretty neat, not going to lie. I have a little bit of faith, in the justice system at this point. Or not the justice system realistically, but like the election system, where if you vote for something, I guess like if the majority feels a way, then it really can be pushed in that regard. And I saw us heading towards a lot of political turmoil. I saw a lot of policies that didn't really make any sense. I saw things that were already in place, and the trajectory of where they were headed would be not an optimal situation for most Americans. So yeah, I'm on the train. Let's rock and roll and see where this goes. And I don't know, back in 2016 to 2020, that like Trump was the first president to never initiate a new war. He was the first president to ever do that, and it'd be cool, even a little time of peace for a bit. Maybe just pull out of all these unnecessary endeavors in the Middle East and in the Ukraine-Russia situation. Like, there's money that needs to be spent on Americans. And yeah, I'm not a political figure. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. I'm just an American trying to get by, and it's been really hard. And the price of trees has just doubled, and gas has doubled, and my money hasn't changed. If anything, it's gone down. So yeah, like this is tough, and I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to see what happens in this whole thing. So I hope you guys went out there and voted. It's, you know, our civil duty to choose the people to represent us that we best think would represent our best interests. So I hope you went out and did that. I did. I actually did twice, because first I dropped off my ballot, and then I realized it was my primary ballot from like 6 months ago, and I had to go fish through all my old mail, found my real ballot, and went out there and I voted as an American. So very happy to do that. I got some stickers to prove it. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And been definitely thinking a lot about the whole Tony Hinchcliffe situation. Just the fact that he, for a little bit in time, was this geopolitical figure around the whole world. They were circulating this story. And Tony was getting big already, and now he's a major household name. Everybody knows him from this little joke. It wasn't the best joke, and it was strangely placed, given the time and circumstance. At the same time he did it, I mean, I thought it was funny. And it brought attention to the actual garbage situation that Puerto Rico is facing. They really have a garbage crisis on their hands. And yeah, I don't know. I think the news, I imagine it's like when they make winning Super Bowl t-shirts to sell the ones that win, but the ones that don't win, they have to give them to kids in Africa or whatever. And if Trump lost the election, they would have used that joke, and they would have blamed the whole thing on the guy from Kill Tony. And I never saw that coming on my bingo card. So, really, if I've ever been on the show, I'm now so more than ever. So if help me get to Texas, several ways to support the podcast down below. Check that out. Appreciate all that you guys do, and for watching all my videos and stuff too. We reached 500 uploads today. 500 videos on my YouTube, this being 501. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you very much for being here and checking out my podcast, which is more of the ramblings of a young man in his kitchen with his dog on his bed and my cat on the fridge just lingering. Good little boys. Yeah, Andy's he's still got his little, he's almost out of the ringer, but there's just this one little zit thing that I like, and just feels kind of like, and yeah, I'm not a big fan, so gotta make sure he's good to go. I love you, buddy. My little Void, my shadowy furball, he's a good boy. Yeah, just been, we're trying to get stuff done, we're doing it. We went out busking a couple times this week. I think I played drums like 3 times, which was pretty cool, you know, made some money. Now like all the donations are just for me, which is pretty cool. Like for a while I had a sign that was about my mom with her surgery, and I feel like that was cool, and I really got to help her out a little bit. And she helped me out, and like, you know, we're a family, we work together, so everybody that helped out in that period of time. And so now it's just like, if I'm making this money playing drums, it's for me, and it's really good. So I'm pouring my heart into this stuff. And I ended up bringing my camera out yesterday to get some footage, so I have like 5 new drum cover videos that once I get this to turn on and upload. And I'm excited to get to that once the circumstances are met. Let's get into some fun stuff that we got donated to us, and things that we found in the car this week. We got some euros. I always like getting money that I can't. This one's a pretty big one. We got a 20, which I'm not sure the equivalent value of 20 euros, but it's a pretty good tip. Fun. This is just like a little rubber poop. I'm not sure where the glass lies, so I'm trying to emphasize just how silly it is. It's so silly, and it's just rubber. So that's fun, and you can just go tease your guests. Somebody, I found this egg in an egg hunt. I think it was Halloween. I haven't opened it. I meant to last week, and I found it behind this box. once it was over. So let's go ahead and see what we got today. Oh, it's a Lifesaver gummy. Oh, cool. And a little thing that says, I have high expectations. This is an old meme format. This is the beginning of memes. Wow, that's pretty cool. Lifesaver gummy, though. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty good. I'll eat that the second this is over. Kind of want it now. My mouth is salivating. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat it. Oh, it's good. All right. Thank you to the mystery man who put the egg somewhere. I don't remember where I found this thing. When you find an egg, I offer you an egg in this trying time. And there it goes. Goodbye, egg. You served us well. Alright. A chewy gummy was not the best idea for the podcast format, but man, it is delicious. Got a 20 that felt weird as soon as I grabbed it. It felt really light. And I kept it for a while. And once you kind of get down to the brass tacks, this is a motion picture dollar. It's like a 20 that gets used in the movies. I've never actually seen one before, so that was kind of neat. I did find it in my tip jar, which I was a little upset to realize it wasn't $20. Still pretty cool, though. Let's see, somebody put this on my windshield, and I haven't read it, or at least like the, end capitalism, it ends us. And then something about socialism. Yeah, I don't know who this is or who these people are. I didn't see them on my ballot, so I don't wish to donate or volunteer. That I can recycle. Ooh, and then I was doing my laundry this week, and I found this sick thing wedged into the little holes in the dryer. It got stuck in there. I pulled it out, and it's freaking awesome. I don't know what to do with it yet, but I'll take a swing at it one of these days. That was my first pun with my little hatchet. I like little things. That's kind of fun. Okay, well, those are the things that we found in the car and that were donated to us this week. We are moving through our sessions rapidly. I wonder if it's almost midnight. Once it's midnight, it's kind of neat. On November 11th, which is kind of neat, 11/11, you can make a wish all day. My very first album that I ever produced, Path of a Logical Liar, will turn 4 years old. And I remember when I first made this thing, I was so proud, and I worked so hard on it. This is not an actual vinyl. I just vinyl, and I printed up my cover to be the size of it so I could imagine what it would look like. But my friend Eben Fisher, I paid him to custom do all the font, so it's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, like the logo was by James Bond. I'm James Blonde, so wanted to kind of with that aspect of it. And there's a lot of really cool little things on the inside that I wanted to show you, and I'm not sure where I have an open copy of this, but I know I do somewhere. Worst case, I guess I could open this up. But when I made the record, I ended up making it in like CDs. So I have this is all the CDs I have left. Yeah, these are all still sealed too. I'm not sure where an unsealed copy is, honestly, and I don't really wish to open any of these. So there are 7 original CDs left. Path of a Logical Liar by James Blonde, which came out on November 11th, 2020. And I really feel like I have an open one because I wanted to show you guys what's on the inside. I could open one right now, but I really just don't want to do that. It's really, I remember taking so much time to like, it would be as if you bought a real CD from the store. It's got like a little inside of it and a cover sleeve and a little memoir about how I wrote it. The big versions are on the inside of this thing. I think my best option is just to open this up, honestly. All right, well, I haven't opened this thing. There's a back of it too, which is kind of cool. Got a whole bunch of fun stuff. We got some receipts. Let's find out what we got here. I don't even know. I haven't taken this off the wall in forever. It's usually like up there in the background. But, oh wow, the original channel for my for my rack. I had an 8-channel interface. This is where everything was kind of listed, and these ones needed phantom power, so I drew a little ghost. That's kind of fun. Oh, that's cool. Myself, it said, "You're close. Keep up the good work, James." Sebastian. And my buddy Andrew ended up mastering the album. He crossed out close, and he wrote, "You're there." Yeah, we really, we did it, buddy. That was a long project. That's basically how I got through COVID. I was just working on this record. And then we got Vegas Super Carts #1, James Blonde. This is pretty cool. All right, let's open up this bad boy. It's been a while. How do you open these things? I forgot. There we go. Yeah, you do a little press down. All right, cool. 4 little brackets. Let's get into the brass tacks. Ooh, I forgot there's a little thing. That move. The old clipper doodle. Puts it on the wall. Yeah, I haven't opened this in forever. This is like opening my own record. It's kind of crazy. We're unboxing. Alright, cool. So here we got the whole thing. Path of a Logical Liar on USA. 11 tracks. Alright, what's on the inside? Wow! Oh, there's the open one! Oh, cool. Well, that's neat. Yeah, I guess everything happens for a reason. That's neat. Yeah, wow, we have the original playout list, which is 16 songs. And then, oh, wow, when I first, so there's a video when I turned my bedroom into a music studio. This was the original layout for how I needed to foam everything. I measured all the walls and the windows. It took a total of 405 pieces of foam to cover that room. It's so crazy. So yeah, there's a CD. If you were to get it, it'd come like this. So it's a little mini version of what you just saw. And then on the inside, you've got the CD. It's, which again, I had my friend Eben draw up this really cool image. That was, yeah, this was a really cool, I forgot how much work I put into this thing. Leave that there for a sec so I can get this stuff out. Then there's more stuff. Wow, there is so much stuff. This is insane. Okay, so here we got the little sleeve. We got a picture. What is there? No, yeah, the other like album kind of like art. And then on the back, you got this picture of me playing drums on the cliffs. It's the first time I ever played outside. And that photo is somewhere, it's above my bedroom door. And so when you open this up, that has a lyric sheet for every song. There were a lot of songs. That was all written on a typewriter. Excuse me, that's not correct. This was written in a typewriter format on the computer. But man, there are a lot of songs in there. And then the actual, there's a note that was written on a typewriter, and then I shrunk it so that you were able to, it would fit in your little CD thing. So we'll go ahead and check out the actual version of that, which is cool. So, yeah, if you were to get a CD, it comes with the sleeve, and then the inner sleeve with the lyrics, the little note, and an actual CD, which is cool. So, oh, cool. And then I've got my big version of the lyrics for me. So I did make one of these for me, actually, which is a lot of songs. And oh, hey, Andy. What's up, buddy? There's a lot of songs in here. Wow, this is so crazy. I'm going through this one for... And there's like another little open CD formatting and some more stuff. And then, yeah, this is the original note that I wrote with a typewriter. This was thank you to Justin McHugh next door who let me borrow his typewriter. Let's go ahead and read this together. Wow, I haven't read this in so long. November 11th, 2020. Thank you for your purchase of the debut album from James Blonde, USA. For far too long, British artists have been singing with American accent. I have taken it upon myself to switch that up. The music featured on this record was created, recorded, and produced inside a makeshift home studio that used to be a bungalow. Every song, every lyric, every note you hear, all acted work of a single individual. However, by no means could I have done this on my own. First off, I want to thank my mother, Samaria. Every day, I walked atop the earth, she has given me nothing but love, care, and support. You are Mark. I love you, Mom. My father, John, passed on to the next life at the tender age of 42 in 2008. I have missed him every single day since. I truly believe that because of his life lessons, his tastes and devotion, art of music, his personality and laughter, most especially his love for me, only son. All of these factors guided me along this journey of life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. I love you, Dad. Rock and peace. I have his little necklace on right here. That's not on the note. Can you not break everything? I love you, Dad. All right. Rock and peace, buddy. Next up, Andrew Coulter, for all of the musical guidance over the years, diligently assisting in the mixing and mastering of this album, and for being a friend I can always depend on. Love you, broski. To my 3 younger brothers, D'Artagnan, Max, and Czar, for being my only family members who trust me and I trust back. I'll always be grateful to be your big brother, even though by now all 3 of you are bigger than me. I love and miss each of you. Thank you to Maxwell Benedict, Eben Fisher, and Ivan N. for all their creativity and assistance with graphics and photography. Taryn Orr and his mother Sue gave me my first play in California, and I wouldn't still be here if it were not for that act of kindness. Thank you both so much. Here we go. This is my ex, Melody McNabb. Thank you for sharing your beautiful soul with me and giving me the courage to put in my music. I love you, Mel. I hope she's well. To my dear friend, Kayla, I treasure all the amazing moments you and I have shared in this lifetime. You helped learn to love myself, and I'll be proud to be your friend for the rest of our lives. To Francesco Perona, Micah Shevloff, and Craig Sassone, thank you for being in court over possession of my dad's last drum kit. Then holding up for 10 years until I drove coast to coast to coast to pick it up. My dad would be hyped. Flip over to side 2, and there's a little burn mark on the bottom, which is pretty fun to see in the little things, but this is actually burned. Thank you to Jason Wise, Tony Nyer, Matt Miksic, Sam Jones, Seth Stefanik, not doing that one, Steve, Scott Marceau, Cody Pollock, Mosey, Trevor Siglock, Ate Milikoski, Willie Monson, Kyle Hart, and Sean Dorton for helping me out at some point along the way. Thank you to Justin Hugh for letting me borrow this typewriter. You can follow him at Cross and Switchblade on social media. Thank you for letting me borrow this typewriter. Thank you to the universe for forcing me to leave my bubble and expand my musical horizon from beyond the shoreline. The act that realized this record from an idea to a tangible collection of original music. A huge thank you to all my friends who encourage and motivate me every single day. To bring this note to a conclusion, thank you to everyone who purchases or listens to this record. Of course, what is a thank you note without the classic, thank you to all the names I forgot to mention. Smiley face. Amor siempre. James Blonde. James Blonde USA is vocals, Sebastian Fowler. Drums, Sebastian Fowler. Guitar, Sebastian Fowler. Bass, Sebastian Fowler. And keys by Sebastian Fowler. Recorded and produced by Sebastian Fowler in Ocean Beach, San Diego, California, USA. All songs written by Sebastian Fowler. Mixed and mastered by Andrew Coulter in Los Angeles, 2020. Copyright James Blonde USA 2020. All rights reserved. Flip over side 1. Wow, that was a lot of talking. Okay, we got through our little note. What else do we have in here? I'm just curious. This is the... oh, dropped something. A little bag of something. I got to put that back in there. This is the original typewriter, like, testing out the paper. That was kind of fun. It says, thank you. Thank you, Justin, Tony, and Sebastian in Seshing the Park. Hell yeah. I forget who wrote that, but that's pretty funny. We have the original version of the note, which is kind of funny on paper. So I think we took on with that one. The first dollar we ever made. That's kind of cool. Excuse me. Another note practice sheet with a picture of the devil and the rock and roll horns. That's pretty cool. Happy devil. Could just be like a demon. And then some original thank you stickers. Cool. Yeah. So that's everything that's at this little record on the wall. And yeah, that was one of the coolest ordeals of my life. My idea was that I would make a record at 26 in case I the 27 club, so to speak. All these are like, they were like little notes on a cork board. I was kind of like picking out which and what needs what to be mastered and tracks and blah 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 blah. Kind of hard to explain, but yeah, the whole thing was, I really wanted to make something. Like I was always very inspired by my dad and the fact that he did all these amazing like music so early on in life, so to speak. And I don't know, I felt like maybe I missed out on that opportunity, so I wanted to just make something. And I ended up making 11 original songs, which you can go stream right now on Spotify. If you look up either Path of a Logical Liar, or you can look up James Blonde. Those tracks are still streaming, and yeah, we're stoked they're still going. You know, worked really hard on that kind of stuff, and COVID, and it was kind of funny. I was very against the idea of TikTok at the time. I don't know why I was like so ready to fight it, but I think if I had been TikToking the whole thing, it gotten a lot more track value than it did. At the same time, I think the record stands at like 98,000 streams or something like that. So almost 100K, a little bit of boosting, and yeah, all like grassroots efforts. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to that sort of thing, but it's fun, and you know, you learn a whole doing that sort of how do you put this in? You know, music is just this like really amazing space that you have to like dedicate a lot. I thought making a hit song would be so easy. You know, you just make it, and then boom, you're rich and famous. And turns out it's actually like really difficult to make something that you truly believe in, and you know, it has like a cool catchy hook to it, and it's fun, and then you have to make people listen to it, because there's so much music coming out every day. There's millions of songs that come out every year, and how do you make yours stand out from the crowd? You know, like how do you contrast from like, you know, I'm not sure how to like word. I think I worded it fine just the first time, but you know, it's one of those things. So tomorrow I have planned to film a music video for the last track on the record, which is called Embracing December. I wrote that song on my dad's birthday, probably 2 years before it came out. It's like 2018. You know, there was no COVID. The pier was totally open, and I was sitting on top of an electrical box with my little journal, just writing, and that song came to me. So I think out of all the songs on the thing, I've listened to it plenty of times, and if I wanted to make more music in the future, it would be like that direction. I think that's kind of fun. So if you want to check it out, please go ahead. That would mean a lot. I'd love to see my stream numbers go up this week. That'd be tight. Yeah, that was a really, really cool endeavor. Very proud of the fact that, you know, I made a record. So check it out. It's on the internet. And I think a music video would really encapsulate, you know, this kind of time in my life and this area. And I love OB. It's always been like a really huge part of who I am as a person since I've moved here. So to be able to like capture that would be pretty special. And I also have had this idea that I want to shave my beard, so it'd be kind of cool to do the show and then, or like film the video and then just be able to get rid of it and start fresh, be able to kind of put that behind me. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to like keep up. I'm just going to drop all the music on this channel because this is my YouTube channel. I don't want to start a new one and have to like reach all the man, and it's been really hard to get this far. So I think we're at 1.8 million views total on the channel, which is crazy. And I know some people put out a video and they get more than that like in the first 24 hours, and that's okay. I don't want to live in like a jealous format of life. I'm very happy with the amount of like people that have engaged with my content, because that means like they spent part of their life with me. Like if one person watches it, that's pretty cool. Like just to put something out on the thing and they're somewhere in the world, they're on their screen or their phone or the TV, like, oh yeah, look at this guy. Thing. Like that's something I spent time working on, and it's cool to like know people are out there watching it. So thanks for watching this thing. Yeah. It turned on. Wow. You don't know what that means. Oh, that is a good feeling. I haven't heard that sound all day. That does feel really good though when it's like, oh, just this beautiful little syndicate of sound. And with that being said, let's celebrate. I went to the 7-Eleven the other day, like just the one down the street, and all the chips, every single bag of chips was some kind of Asian cuisine sort of. You couldn't read it. I couldn't read any of the bags. I had to read the back of the bag. They had a sticker label on it that said what you were buying. So we ended up buying these chips, and according to the label, it's a sweet and spicy fried. There's the American label. And yesterday we went to. It was called the Golden Noodle Restaurant. It's right by Quantum Brewing. If you come see one of the Quantum shows, it's next door. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I saw this kid. You know what? Let's wait a second. I saw this kid, and he got the noodles. There was like the three meat special chow mein, and he let me have a bite of his noodles. Maybe one of the best noodles I've ever had in my whole life. And I couldn't imagine what the rest of the meat tasted like. So yesterday after Quantum, I ended up getting this really funny riff out of a set. I was just doing jokes, and like these 3 Asian people walked in, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys? We don't have any noodles, but you're welcome to watch the show." And everyone else thought I was one of them for being Asian. But there's literally 5 noodle restaurants that are surrounding it, and yes, objectively it's pretty silly, but it was just like, you know what? I'm getting these noodles, and I got them last night, dude. They was so worth it. That was delicious. I haven't had authentic Chinese food like that in so long, and it was lovely. And it just makes me wonder, like, why I go to Panda Express. I love Panda Express, but it's not Chinese food, and there's nothing more that emphasizes that fact besides the idea that they have teriyaki chicken. Like, teriyaki is Japanese. You can't serve Chinese food at a Chinese restaurant. And every time I went to like a China buffet as a kid, they have those little teriyaki sticks and pandering to guaylos like me. And wow, just blows my mind. And now they've infiltrated the 7-Eleven. So we're gonna eat these chips, find out what they're working with over there. Because I've never had a fried chicken Lay's with. Smells good. All right, let's do it. Oh, it's so good, dude. It's sweet and then it's spicy. Oh, Yo, this is. I need to stockpile these chips. Oh, this might just be the podcast now. We're just eating chips. Okay. That's why we brought this. Mystery liquid. And we learned our lesson from last time spilling all over the counter. The fact that lap is a miracle. Thank you to the universe. These chips are good. Wow. All right, go ahead and tune into the live chat. See what you guys are up to. I can just provide background noise anytime with this thing. And how? You know, I read a story once that Lay's chemically engineer their chips so that, you know, that whole saying is once you pop, your body will never reach what they call, it's something like the satisfaction point, where when you're eating traditional food like regular red meats or grains and or vegetables, you'll feel full. Like, wow, I've had a lot to eat. I should stop. And these are designed to help you just get to that brink point. You're like, I could be done after one more. Maybe just one more. Then before you know it, you ate a family-sized bag of, and you're like, I'm still hungry. And they're evil, but man, this is good, dude. Sweet and spicy fried chicken. Mm-hmm. Still has some, it's not like, I wonder if this is any different than the American stuff. It's got potato oil, sweet and spicy fried chicken flavor seasoning, including edible essence, citric acid 5, flavor nucleotide, disodium, malic acid, paprika red, and stevioside, plus TBHQ. To be honest, Q, wow, they really came from China, though. That's cool. That's awesome. These are delicious. Man, I've always wanted China. That COVID thing really screwed things up. I bet it's all back to normal now. I remember I was in the airport in El Salvador in February 2020, and there was a sign. Or it wasn't even a sign. There were signs all over the wall, but also the announcement that was coming through our comm speakers was, if you or a loved one have been to Wuhan, China in the last 2 weeks, please see a security officer before your flight. And Kayla and I were like, what's going on in Wuhan? And then, 2 weeks later, the world closed down, and then the stock market crashed, and I never recovered. It was spicy. I'll never learn. Alright. So, but it's being really slow. So we're going to go ahead and just let that kind of boot for a bit. At the same time, grateful for power. Ooh. What is a chip eating session if you don't lick your fingers? That's why you wash your hands before you eat the chips. You can lick your fingers to your content. We'll have those later. Alright. That didn't work at all. They were just full of chips and just open it right back up. That was tasty. That was delightful. I have no idea how long we've been talking. We've gone over a lot of them. The last time I did comedy would have been Saturday. Yeah, so I did a set last night. And that was number 585. So we are 15 sets away from 600. Just past the 2-year anniversary mark. It'll be 2 years in 2 weeks from today, actually. And on Tuesday, we have a cool little announcement. Nathan Donovan is back at American Comedy Company. He just had his 3rd kid. Congratulations. And he is back to host per usual. So happy to have Nathan back. Appreciate you. I must have been probably like 75 sets at ACC now at this point. I can go back and count, but yeah, that's not something we're going to do here. It's a lot of me looking at stuff. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, we got some upcoming news on November 22nd. Darren Carter is going to be, and that's Darren Carter, not to be confused with Aaron Carter, who wrote Beautiful Soul. Darren Carter does that really funny flashlight bit. I like my women like I like my, someone says something and then he responds with a way to refer to that thing like a woman. And I've always wanted to see that live. So I get to shoot him on, say, the 22nd, I think. Just look at the dates that he's doing the shows at the Yellow Door here in San Diego, and I'll be at the 2nd show. So come see me there. Happy to be able to have an opportunity like that. The other night, we went out for a late night Mexican food run. I've lately been trade with the people over at the local Filiberto's, where I'll go to McDonald's and get some food and bring it to them, and I exchange that for Mexican food because it's a more fiscally responsible deal, and it's kind of fun. Just they're slowly becoming my amigos, and two of us all hanging out together on my Instagram if you want to go check that out. It's me dancing some mask at a Mexican food restaurant. Those are the homies. And went out for a little run over there, and on the way back, the front wheel's been kind of like my e-bike, and I thought it was just like a loose hub, and turns out it was actually just like loose. So I hit a bump. Okay, when I tell you this place is like miles away, so it's a 5 mile ride to like get there, get back. I am even a half a block away from my house. I hit this big bump, and the wheel just rolls out, and it's goodbye, Seabass, and it was just down. So screen on my e-bike that used to monitor how fast I'm going, my mileage and stuff, and like what settings I'm on, that is gone. That's just a flashlight now. So it still works, but the derailleur's been derailed. Yeah, that thing needs to get some work done on it. But it's still riding, which is crazy. So that e-bike, which I got for burning over 2 years ago, is still hanging in there. And I just think that was a worthy investment. Been really just grateful for a lot of my stuff lately. So I'm trying to verbalize that, and you guys kind of know what's going on. The Mexican food did survive, by the way. And I was totally convinced I lost my keys, like my spare key set, for about maybe 2 weeks. I didn't touch the bike since it was all messed up, and I needed to use it for laundry the other day. And when I finally took the bike cover off, they were in the ignition. So got all my little keys back, and things are house. Oh my goodness. Speaking of Millhouse, we really have not been watching any movies. It's been work, 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 and when I get home, I either put on like a YouTube with Rogan thing, or just random Family Guy shows. But lately, I was sick of all the ads in between everything I've been watching. I was trying to watch a movie on Hulu, and I just couldn't do it. Every 5 minutes, it's doing it. Like, this is a horror movie. I don't want to see an ad for Zantac, okay? Like, I want to be spooked in a non-delayed format. Just give me spook to spook, and I'm paying you for the service. Why am I paying for ads? Hulu's garbage. Anyway, so I pulled out some old DVDs, and when I was a little kid, Dad got me a whole bunch of The Simpsons on DVD, seasons 1 through probably 11, which debatably is the greatest time for The Simpsons. And we went back and watched season 3, like start to finish. These are so fun too, like the way they kind of make them. You can put it in either way, like just the way that they word it. So the dog and the cat are the front, and then it's like these things. I mean, I'm sure it's not supposed to be. That's not the coolest part, but it's neat. There's a little note inside, very Simpson-y. And then every time you take off a DVD, like it's one of the characters falling, for instance. We got Lisa like falling here with Maggie, and then afterwards, like they land, they're just fine. And it's kind of funny because everybody's just fine except for Homer, who's actually hurt. Now, what's really special about this thing right here, this season 3 DVD that I got back when I was probably like 10 years old, since that time, there has been an episode that was banned from the mainstream syndicate of the show. You can't find it on YouTube. You can't find it on whatever they're streaming on, Fox Live or whatever. You can't find it. It doesn't exist because they wiped it off the face of the earth. But guess what? I have it. And we're going to learn a little more about it. Alright. Where is this fella? Alright. You any more information until I find this thing, because it's pretty crazy. Is that where you go? Yeah, here it is. It was the very first episode of season 3. Excuse me. It's called Stark Raving Dad. Stark Raving Dad. Written by Al Jean and Mike Rice and directed by Rich Moore. Bart puts his lucky red cap in the laundry, turning Homer's white shirt pink. When he wears the pink shirt to work, Homer is sent to a institution, where his roommate is a big fat white guy who believes himself to be Michael Jackson. Homer's roommate and Bart collaborate on for Lisa's birthday, which she believes to be the best present she ever got. Aired September 19th, 1991. features the guest voice of John J. Smith. So it's not actually Michael Jackson, which I was curious about. But it has this wonderful song. Basically, like, Lisa's Bart doesn't care about her birthday, and she's decided to, like, cut him off forever. He feels really bad, so I'm skipping a whole bunch of stuff, but Homer meets this fella, Michael Jackson, who he talks like him. He doesn't look like him, but he sings like him, and he knows everything about him, so to speak. And he befriends Homer in a time where he's scared. You know, he doesn't belong to a mental institution, but Mr. Burns saw somebody out of the ordinary, and then Homer fill out his psychiatric evaluation, his little take-home evaluation sheet. So Bart put the worst answers possible, and it made it look like he was, which is a very funny gag. So it ends up turning into this thing where, like, you find out the guy in the psych ward is only there voluntarily, and he can leave. He goes back home with Homer because they're now friends, and he helps Bart write the song for Lisa on her birthday, and it's so lovely. Happy birthday, Lisa. Lisa, it's your day. Happy birthday, Lisa. Here you go. Something, something. I'm messing it up. Yeah, it's just a lovely little tune, and it's fun because Homer tells home with Michael Jackson, and he obviously can't keep a secret, so he tells everybody, and the town's ready to meet Michael Jackson. This big fat white guy comes out, so it's everybody's mad at them for a little bit, but then they hear this song, and it's like, how can you be? At the end of it, it's so random. He's like, my real name is Hank something something. I've just been angry for a long time, and I found out I stopped being angry when I talk like this. And it's very, like, interesting little script writing, and it was fun. I don't know why they banned it. I wish, if this thing I'll try my computer more time just to see if I can, like, find out why it was taken off the air. It's I don't see anything wrong with the episode other than, like, Michael Jackson personally being like, I don't want anything to do with this. I got a little more power. It's like I can click buttons and stuff. Let's find about the Michael Jackson banned Simpson episode. All right, let's see what we got here. On computer, here, I'll turn the light down a little bit. Also, maybe I can turn into the live chat. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done right here. How long have I been doing this? Like an hour? I don't even know. I don't want to watch video. Just want to watch. I wonder if, like, you know what? I'd watch it on the internet. There's no way you can't find that episode. Okay. Yeah, so it has all the information. Yeah, okay, band explained, film. Okay. The Simpsons Season 3's banned Michael J. episode at the same time there. With any TV show that goes on for 36 years, and there will inevitably be something from an early episode that comes back around to haunt it. The South Park showrunners have written entire apologizing for poorly aged jokes. Let's get right to this thing, okay? One of the biggest show's apologies, however, that doesn't seem to be talked about often, is the erasure of Starcad. In 2019, the streaming service quietly pulled the episode, and Simpsons chose to pull the episode out of syndication. This was in response to the growing allegations that the episode's main star, Michael Jackson, had molested multiple children, which was proven in court. Although Jackson died 10 years earlier and was never found guilty in a court of law, the HBO documentary brought the allegations against him back into the public eye. Executive producer James L. Brooks described banning Starcraving Dad as the only to make, and added, "I'm against book burning of any kind, but this is our book, and we're allowed to take out a chapter." Honestly, no reason. It doesn't have anything to do with kids, like, because he helps a kid write a song. I don't even know. It's so stupid. It's the only outright banned episode of The Simpsons in America. It wasn't the first to be pulled from syndication after 9/11. Network stopped airing Friends of the City of New York versus Homer Simpson. It was brought back years later. Yeah, similar conversations. Featured a white character in place. Community, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Mad Men, they all use blackface. This was kind of the opposite. Oh, this is ridiculous. This paragraph says, like, so, how was Stark Raving Dad is a Simpsons episode? Even if you ignore the giant elephant in the room, Stark Raving Dad isn't one of the best consistently strong third season. But it still serves as an interesting look to Michael Jackson's reputation in 1992. Just, you're not a real fan, bro. Whoever wrote this is phony. They're just a Flanders, bro. Like, some goody diddly tootly shootly. Like, wow. Yeah, I'm not reading any more of your dumb article because you obviously don't care about this show. I loved it. It's funny. It's cool. He literally wears a pink shirt. Deal. Like, I'll be fine. And goes to a psych ward. Like, that's pretty. Everyone else shirt. There's a giant line of like hundreds of dudes going to work with their little helmets on. He's the one dude, and it's the running gag of Mr. Burns like Simpson, eh? Like, they meet in every episode, and he never remembers him. And I think there was like a brand new episode that came out recently that described the idea of Mr. Burns making a deal with Abe Simpson when he's younger. They're in their younger days. He's like, I promise to give your kid a job no matter how he screws up. And it's like, no, that's not, like, you can't. I don't like it when they go and do this. Like, don't ruin the pre-stuff. Like when SpongeBob, the new episode of their show where they just redid the entire first episode ever with Gary doing the role of SpongeBob feeding plankton. It's like, no, that's not an original concept. That was written in 1996 or whatever by these dudes, and you're lazy. You can't come up with a new show, so stop milking it. There's so many things that Steven Hillenburg did not want to have happen, and as soon as he died, they went right. They're serving Krabby Patties at Wendy's. They're doing spin-off shows, doing all these things that he specifically said, I don't want to happen to my creation. SpongeBob is one of the most iconic creations of all time, especially for generation. I was born in 1993, and I remember the very first episode happening live when I was in that demographic bracket. So, like, I'm definitely in the top tier people you can talk to about this information. So, yeah, it's one of those things, like, don't mess with the past. Let good things be as they were, and stop being so greedy. Just make something new. Be creative. You have millions of dollars and all the tools at your disposal. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And it's quite frankly, it's frustrating because I feel like I'm a pretty creative person, and given the opportunity to write out some stuff like that, I'd go hard and like try to get new with it. Be weird, be fun. Something that will be remembered, like the way I remember the shows of my childhood. I just haven't seen anything lately that just stands out. I am interested in watching Bluey. Seems like a cool program. I never watched an episode, but apparently it was filmed in all the colors that dogs can see. So they could watch the show too in their full color palette. And that actually sounds really neat. So I don't know if that's true, but if it is, then shouts out to the creators because that's a really neat concept. And I think that's cool to make more shows for dogs. Yeah, wow, we are really working our way through this thing. That's most of what I wrote down. We riffed a lot. If you want to buy a CD, send me an email at galacticseabass@gmail.com. And if you would like to have free shared on the show, same thing, email me, galacticseabass@gmail.com. If you have a piece of advice you need from me, send me a question, galacticseabass@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram at Galactic Seabass, at Seabass Jokes. You can check me out on Spotify at James Blonde. Hey, today is the 4-year anniversary of that album coming out, so go ahead and give it a stream. I'll edit this thing in a bit and link in the bio. You can go ahead and stream that on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you vibe with. I guess it's on YouTube too. I guess you just have to kind of find it. I made an account for it a long time ago, but I didn't really put in all the work. Or no, I did. That's where I was going to and stuff, and just never ended up like coming to fruition. Andy, stop playing with the bag. It's making uncly noises. They can hear it. I don't have quality audio on my podcast. You're ruining my video, Mom. Andy's not my mom. You ever just start saying something and wish you could end it before it happens, but it's too late? We are in it to win it at this point. 1 in the morning on Sunday night, almost. That's 11/11, everybody. My album came out 4 years ago. It's crazy. And I'm very proud of that thing. So go ahead and give it a stream. And hey, look, if I moved it like this, I could just give myself a little brand recognition right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get that done. Yeah, baby, come on down, stream the album on Spotify. Oh, yeah, 11 tracks? More like 11 racks. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Solid Beetlejuice. Do a quick cheers, Michael Keaton. Let him know we love him. Ooh, and Halloween's over. So we can go ahead and put these masks away for the next little while. This was my papa's Jason mask. Or maybe it was mine. I really can't remember whose was whose. Maggie's good to go. Let's read this thing. What's the, This just says made in China twice. I think this was my mask. Like when I was a kid. This was the one I used to wear. My dad had the other one. Because these strings used to actually be like stringy. It's so old. But what's crazy, like I know this has to be mine. There's a crack in the fit. He cracked. Oh, my little mask. Has a character now. It's kind of authentic to the brand. Look at that little guy. Cracked right in the way. That's sad. So this was my papa. And it's pretty cool. It says, caution not to be used as a safety mask for costume and party use only. Ruby Costume Company, 1987. Which is pretty cool. Like, that's 6 years before I was born. And yeah, I wonder what this is worth. Like my dad's old mask. Let's find out. Ruby's 1987 Ruby's Costume Company and mask. Let's find out what that's worth here on the Bay of the E. The electronic bay. Wow. It's like $300. That's sick. That says deluxe mask. I need these pictures to load. It's all just white images for I can't tell. That's pretty cool. My dad had a lot of rare stuff. Oh, these are like the one that's all yellowed with the red triangle and stuff. I just had another one. You really don't see a lot of like the OG ones. Yeah, I can't, I don't see it. Well, that's kind of neat. I guess I got a pretty rare little piece of history here. Yeah, the way this one fits too, I just feel like it's more intimidating. Like, it has like that classic look comparatively. This one did. I mean, like, hey, what's up, bud? What up? Yeah, it's all just kind of like, you know, I like being spooky every now and then. It's just fun to play in too. I might just keep that on me when I'm drumming. Can't believe my thing cracked. That's nuts. What do you think about that, Shaggy? Should I put you in a wig now? My only friend is this Shaggy doll. I have not a guest on the podcast. It's so long. What is this? Oh, you got a business card covered in tape. Lovely. Definitely seems like a valuable thing to have. All right, Shags. Here you go. There we go. It looks like a Baron. All right, I got more tape in your hair. Come on, man. Get out of there. You're messing up my do. All right, we got my buddy here. He's chilling. Go through our little comedy drawer so we can put all this stuff away. We got a flower. I'm gonna put that in his hair. Because you're so pretty. Losing my mind over here. I gotta go back to being an Uber driver in a little bit. That's cool. Oh, here's the stickers that I voted. I told you, haha. And that I voted twice because I accidentally dropped off the primary and then I dropped off the real. I don't really know where to put that. That looks good. What do you think, chat? I've never said that before. Hey, chat. All right, cool. We're doing this. We're live here. You got anything to say? Throw it in the chat box below. Throw it in the chat box. What are we doing? What's going on? All right. Oh, of course, you can't see what I just did, but it's over. It's chilling there now. Kind of fun. All right. Is that everything we wrote down? Oh, yeah. When we did the set over at Quantum, like, it was fun. I was riffing a lot. Like, the whole day was just kind of like a cluster because we worked until like 7, 8 in the morning and then got to sleep and woke up at 2. And it was, you know, sunset's earlier now, so I figured if I want to play drums, I got to get there soon. So I got the drums ready by like 3, set them up by 4, and I did until like 6, 7. So 3 hours, made like $1.50, just playing drums, which is sick. And then this comedy show is like really feeling on, and just went up there without my notes, and I was ripping for a bit. Like I was talking about that noodle thing, and the computer just died. And you know, like trying to process through this whole format, and it was fun. I feel like the less you have this backup of your notes and you just live in the moment of what's happening on stage, you'll have a much better performance, probably like 99% of the time. You know, just be a part of the moment, be there, be you know, observant and willing to participate. So yeah, that's that. We got back to work and, you know, worked until 5 in the morning and woke up, and I wasn't ready to play drums again, and it's Sunday, so I thought people could just chill. You know, if they're staying weekend, they heard me Friday, Saturday. I don't want to, like, you know, mess up, you know, their last day. Let them just be peaceful at sunset. And instead of like, but we did get a bunch of videos filmed, so we could work on getting those edited and chopped up and put those out to the world. Yeah, it's funny, I forgot I made all these drum covers years ago when the drum set was like in my living room, which is so mind-boggling that ever was the thing. It's so loud. I really played it in my house. It's insane. And but you can go watch those videos. I'm definitely not as proficient at playing drums in those videos versus how I am now. So it's an interesting display in that regard, and I'm really excited to put out these new ones so you guys can kind of see what I've been working on. I don't have a lot of videos that showcase my voice. I've always had people asking me like for music, and they're like, can I get something of you singing? And so when I send them this album, that's not really how I see myself like singing in full projection. It's more like, you know, Chris Cornell or Chester Bennington or Lane Staley or Eddie Vedder, like, or, you know, Kurt Cobain, like kind of like raspy voices. And that wasn't a great example, but I mean, it's 2 in the morning, so I'm not going to just like also every Creed song ever. You can mumble any song from the 90s. Just, I know that you don't have to sing them, but you know that I love Cash, Creed, and shouting, hold me now, I'm 6 feet from the edge, and yeah, maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Yeah. Yeah. They all have like this cool I wish I was hitting these keys. Like I'll say I'm not going to do something, and then I just do it. Wow, I have a lot of things happening up here, and you are witnessing it in full scale perspective. I hope you're enjoying it. Come on, computer, why'd you just turn off? You were on, and then you were off. All right, well, I guess we're on the end of the ladder here. Got through all this stuff and that stuff. Season 3 was super cool, and I have a band at Simpsons, so if you ever want to watch it, hit me up. Come on over, and we'll make a little bit. Should be fun. Also, there's a dog and a cat in The Simpsons, and I've known that forever, but now that's like my life. It's a black cat and a brown dog. Like, I've never resonated with the show more so ever, and it's as a kid watching over and over, I've always felt myself feeling like Bart, you know, just kind of feeling whatever his character was kind of going through. And now it's like, I just kind of feel Homer, dude. He's just working nonstop, taking care of his family, doing whatever he can. He's kind of an idiot, but he gets it done at the end of the day. And there's an episode about like when he gets Marge pregnant, and he leaves the house, and he's like, I'm not coming back until I'm a real man, and I'm not going to be a part of this household until I am a member of society that's something, because like I'm tired of being, you know, laughed at. And he just goes and sleeps on his friend's couch and takes a job at the convenience store in the middle of the night, and he's working his regular job during the day. Like, he's doing everything he can to provide for his daughter. Yeah, or maybe it's even his son. Yeah, before Bart born. Because then he goes to the operating room, and Patty and Selma try to, like, you know, rip on him, and he's like, listen, this is my wife, that's my kid. If you're gonna show me some, like, disrespect, I don't want to be a part of it, because this is my family, and if you want to do that, you can get out of here. And it's like the first time he stands up for his family. And you realize, like, he's just a good dad at the end of the day. And that's the whole point of the show, is the fact that, like, he makes mistakes, but he's going to do whatever he can to take care of his kids. And he doesn't always do it the best way. And he does strangulate his son a lot. But it's like, you know, he's there for him at the end of the day. So, after season 3, season 4. And, yeah, season 4 was fun, man. Now, this is, like, inside of this DVD case is a little different. It's all the... It's like every character hanging out. And then, you know, like, for instance, we got Seymour and Edna. Kerbapple. Come on. Come on. Fucker. And then they get kiss and we take it off. It's like, oh, that's cool. And then, I don't know what the other gags are. We got Ralph and Barney. And then Barney becomes the monkey. No, Ralph is the monkey. Then the monkey stole Barney's beer. Kind of like, that's just like that. They love gags. I love the way they write the show. It's so fun. Like, you can just, you know, start one, end it. And the morals are pretty good in the early seasons. You learn a lot from this thing. Mom hates these shows. Thinks there's no, like, educational merit behind them. But I'm telling you, like, they all have like, they're taking something away from it at the end of the day. At least that's, like, the good shows. If it was trash, they wouldn't have that and they wouldn't watch it. So, yeah, dude. It's pretty much how we rock and roll down here. And I have to get back to work, unfortunately. So I think, excuse me, some coasters here. I mean, we'll go over these little tarot coasters next week. Yeah, I believe that's, excuse me, ooh, those fried chicken chips are coming back to haunt me. Chickadee, chickadee, the fried chicken chips. Chickadee, chick, the chicken fried chippies. It almost sounded like the Macarena kind of sped up. I got a funny brain. Anyway, thanks for tuning in and seeing it unravel here on the Galactic Seabass Podcast, episode 80. Thank you very much for tuning in. I think we've been doing this for like an hour or so. I didn't watch any sport games. If your sport team won, congratulations. If they lost, they're going to get them next week or next season. If you're working on something, I wish you the best of luck in it. In fact, I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavors this lifetime. My name is Sebastian. They call me Seabass. This is the Galactic Seabass Podcast. To stream my album, there's some links down below. Or you can look up James Blonde. That's JamesBlond on Spotify or Apple Music. Or you can check out the album Path of a Logical Liar, as a play on words for the pathological liar. And they're both kind of like interchangeable if you think about the semantics of it, which is fun. I think I keep using semantics wrong sentences, and by golly, I will just keep trying, like Ron Burgundy saying when in Rome. That's going to do it though here, because I have to get back to it before all these barheady find their ways home, and I gotta be that guy who scoops them, gets them home safe. So thanks for being here today. If you would like to help support the podcast in any way, that means financially, there's several ways to down below. Check out my Patreon, some pretty cool stuff. Check out the album if you want to buy a copy. hit me up either on like Instagram or email me or something. I have 7 copies of these CDs left, so if you would like an original, I will never make these ever again. And the dusty one, because the ones on top is really dusty, but it usually looks like that. And they're all numbered, and there were only 123 copies to start. So, you know, right here we got number 80, number 100, number 109, number 29, number 115, and number 18. Those are all available. In fact, I think in one of the old books, in like my lyric book, I have a list of every number of that I sold and who I sold it to, which is kind of, I was trying to keep track of where they all went. All right, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. I'm on fumes here, and I really, really, really appreciate you tuning in today to Galactic Seabass episode 80. And next week, I'll try to have a guest on, do something kind of fun. Sometime, if you want to communicate with me, please do it via email or Instagram, or leave a comment down below, hit the like button, share it, subscribe to the YouTube. Go check out one of my other 500 videos. And I just appreciate you being here today. It means a lot. Thank you so much. My name's Sebastian, and I will be your host now, forever and always. So, back to the coffee. All right, thanks for tuning in to this podcast, everybody. And truly want to wish you a great rest of your week. I know I say this a lot, but I mean it. Best of luck in all your endeavors, and that means whatever you're working on or whatever you're working towards, I hope that the universe finds a way to alleviate that effort for you to help you just get there a little bit easier. Because I believe in you. My best to believe in myself too, and like I just want that for everybody. So thank you for being here today. They call me Seabass. I love my mom, and I love my dad, and I love my brothers, and just thank you for watching all my videos over the years, including this one right now. And with that being said, this was Galactic Seabass Podcast episode 80, and I will catch you guys next time for episode 81. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves, eat well, eat healthy, sleep well, sleep healthy, do all the things that you need to feel like the best version of yourself that you can be. And with that being, I think it's time to hit the road, folks. Thanks for tuning in today, everybody. Catch you next time. End transmission. I don't really know how to end that song.